morning, welcome to a new vlog. It is Sunday and today's run is a workout. Not gonna lie, today I am very tempted to wear carbon shoes, but I will stick to my usual endorphin speed. So the plan is to do, well, a warm-up first and then 10 minutes at half marathon effort. Effort being the key word. Today we are probably not gonna hit exactly half marathon race pace, so 10 minutes half marathon effort, and then about 6 times 2 minutes around 10k effort, and then back again to 10 minutes half marathon effort, and then a cool down. Now, what's exciting today is that for once I am going to have company on my run because Ben is going to be riding alongside me on his bike, so it's gonna be cool to not be alone. And also that means I'm gonna have a little bit of help to film this session. And also I am wearing the brand new Say Sky Flower Hour collection. You probably can't see the print on the white, you probably see it a bit better on the blue fabric. I absolutely love this print and those shorts. Oh, they're so comfy. So the collection launched Thursday this week. If you follow them on social media, you may have recognized the female model. I mean, model is a big word. Like, I didn't really know what I was doing in front of the camera. It's pretty cool to see the finished product, like how the campaign turned out, having shot it earlier this year in Spain with Say Sky. Right, enough chatting. We're gonna have to get going. We're gonna go to a quiet road loop. And yeah, hopefully have a good session today. At the end of the warm-up, now I'm going to start the 10 minutes at half marathon effort. 90-second recovery between those reps. I've done 1 minute recovery, 30 more seconds, and then we go for rep 2.
Fourth one down?
Yeah, so far I'm not too far off my 10k PB pace according to my watch. Right now, as I see it, I'm around 3:47. Maybe it's good 10k effort, I would say, today. What's your opinion, Coach Ben?
We look good. Last one, coming.
Yes. One more and then another 10-minute block at half marathon effort.
You're going to carry that gel around the whole way around?
I had to squeeze the very last drop, but it's getting hard to get to the bottom. Battery died, although I had fully charged it before. So now we're on Ben's iPhone. Hopefully it works okay. Well, I'm just doing my cool down now. Fresh lemon juice after a speed session in the sunshine, really hits the spot. It was quite a good session this morning. I was pleased with that, and it was really nice to have Ben's company on the bike. I could totally get used to it. I hope it's going to happen again, especially at the end of the summer when I'm half marathon training. It would be so nice to have company on my long runs. So let's have a look on Strava about this session. Actually, I started and then I realized that I hadn't turned off the auto lap on my watch for the session. So I did 1 point something K warm up, stopped, and then started again. So the end of the warm up is on this activity. And the first 10 minutes at half marathon effort, the pace was 4.2 minutes per K. And then the 2-minute reps, basically between 3:43. So my last one was my fastest one, and 3:48. My first one was my slowest one. That's interesting. And then the final rep, another 10 minutes at half marathon effort. I am quite pleased that for this one I was sub 4 minutes per K. That shows that I paced the session relatively well because I didn't completely die at the end, and I was actually able to do the 10 minutes faster than the first 10 minutes at the beginning of the session. So that was the final run of the week. It's been quite a good week of training. Today's session went well. I had a really good track session Wednesday evening. I think, of course, getting that 5K PB last weekend helped me snap out of this weird funk I was in. Yeah, running is just feeling great again. But with that new 5K PB, now it means that we are in May and I have achieved all my time-based running goals for the whole year. So now what? Okay, so the time-based running goals I had set myself for 2025 were to run sub 18:30 for the 5K. I would even have been happy with 18:30 on the nose. I wanted to run a sub 38 for the 10K and a sub 84 for the half marathon. I really thought this was going to be a whole year process. In my head, I was going to run small 10K and half marathon PBs in the first quarter, getting me closer to those goals for the year. And I would go on to running those times, sub 38 and sub 84, at the end of 2025. And then I was going to give myself a few attempts for a 5K PB throughout the spring and summer, because the past 2 years, actually, it took me 3 attempts to get a new 5K PB, so I was fully expecting to kind of struggle at this distance again, like I have been historically. But this is not what happened. Instead, so far this year, I have set a new PB every time I've raced. For the 10K, I ran 37:50 in January and then 37:27 in March. The half marathon, I ran 83:19 in March, and then 2 weeks later, I ran 82:29. And then for the 5K, last weekend, I ran 18:13. So yes, somehow I have ticked off all my time-based running goals and I've comfortably run under those targets. So was I too conservative with my goals to start with? Or did I have a fair bit of luck every time I've raced this year? I think it's a bit of both. Now the thing with setting time-based goals, I'm always a bit cautious every year because I don't want to start expecting a certain level of progress. Every year, I'm like, surely at some point, this is going to start slowing down. I cannot expect to keep progressing at the same rate. So I've got to keep that in mind. I don't want to get too greedy and kind of think that I'm going to carry on improving, endlessly. So now, what am I going to do for the rest of the year? I'd really like to run a slightly faster 5K, like an 18:10, for instance. For the 10K, I'd really like to run another sub 37:30, just to prove to myself that it wasn't a fluke. But really, the only distance I'm really keen to keep improving on this year is the half marathon. So that's the only, time-based target that I'm officially upgrading, because my next goal race, and you did not see it coming, will be Valencia Half in October, and I want to try and run sub 82. Now that's funny because after Valencia Half last year, when I ran 85 minutes, on camera, I said, and I kind of had in the back of my mind that it would be pretty crazy if I could get my time down to 81 minutes. And not so long ago, it seemed absolutely out of this world. But now I'm like, maybe I can. And when I said that, in my head, I could potentially be in a position to aim for an 81-minute half marathon 2 to 3 years down the line. We'll not get there next year, but it's kind of like the dream that I'm going to break down in milestones, in more achievable goals, in the next few years. I didn't expect that it would be actually the following year, this year. But now that my half marathon PB from Berlin Half is 82:29, it's not that wild. It's not a completely out of reach dream to think that it could be realistic for me to run a sub 82 this year, like an 81:50 something. It does seem realistic. It could happen. So we may as well go for it and try to get that done in Valencia. And that's kind of why I'm not that interested in trying to PB again over the 5K and 10K this summer. I want to have a really strong, consistent summer of training that is not interrupted every few weeks for a taper to try and PB here and there. Focus on the process, and then hopefully I'll be in a really good place when it's time to officially start half marathon training at the end of the summer. So yes, that's it guys. This is where I'm at with those running goals. For the first time this year, there will not be a mid-year running goal review because unlike the previous years, well, I've hit them all. So there is nothing to review. Now it's all eyes on this new half marathon target for the back end of the year. Of course, any 5K or 10K race that I'm going to do throughout the summer, I will be vlogging and documenting and taking you along. And of course, I would not be upset if I were to run new 5Ks and 10K PBs. I mean, that would be amazing at this stage. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a bit of an update so you know what's coming up over the next few weeks and months. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you've not already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!